Hello to my flamazing artist and welcome to Art with Miss P this week. This week's lesson is going to be a fun, colorful lesson about a unicorn. It's going to be based on the book, Never Let a Unicorn Scribble. If I see you in class, we will read this book together. But I have put up a link to this book so you too can hear the story about what happens when you give a unicorn crayons and markers. Here's an example of what we're going to do. We're going to have a background with lots of different scribble lines done in all different colors. Then we're going to draw a unicorn, and you can choose to be as colorful and as creative as you want with your unicorn. Then we're going to cut our unicorn out and glue it on top of this paper right here. So that means you're going to need more than one sheet of paper for this week's project. So you're going to need 2 sheets of white paper, so make sure you have 2 sheets of white paper, your pencil and eraser, a Sharpie, and scissors and a glue stick. So grab these materials, meet me over in my studio, and let's get started on our unicorn project. Hello friends, and welcome to Art with Miss P this week. This week's lesson is going to be based on the book Never Let a Unicorn Scribble. So we're going to draw a unicorn with a bunch of colorful scribble lines in the background. So you're going to need 2 sheets of white paper, so make sure you have 2 sheets of white paper, your pencil eraser, a pair of scissors and a glue stick, and a black Sharpie, and then whatever you want to color with. We're going to use a combination of markers and crayons. So grab those items, make sure you have them with you, and let's get started on our first sheet of paper. All right, the first piece of paper, we're going to take all different color crayons, your choice. Be as colorful as you want to be. I have a box of 96 crayons, so I'm going to choose lots of different colors. And you're just going to choose a color, and you are going to scribble all over your paper. Now, something fun if you want to do, if you want to have a little fun with it, is use your non-dominant hand. So you can scribble using the hand that is not your dominant hand. That would be the hand that you write with. So very quickly, guys, choose lots of different colors and do some fun scribble lines back here. This is the one and only time in art class you're going to hear Miss P tell you it is okay for you to spaghetti color. And for those of you that are not familiar with what spaghetti coloring is when you have scribble lines like this and it looks like a plate of spaghetti at the end. So let's get this done, friends. Have fun. Okay, friends, so this is my finished sheet of all my different color scribble lines, and as you can tell, I used lots of different color crayons. What I want you to do now is flip your paper over using whatever color crayon you want to use. It does not matter. The choice is yours, and I want you to write your name on the back. I'm going to write my name right there on the back, just so it doesn't get mixed up with anybody else's. Now, I know some of you are doing this from home, and obviously it's not going to get mixed up with someone else's, but I do have some friends that are doing this as a group, and some of them are doing this in a class. So if you're in a group like that, flip over and put your name on the back. We're going to put that piece aside, and we're going to get our second white piece of paper. And now you're going to get your pencil and your eraser, and we are going to draw our unicorn. So I want you to turn your paper vertical. That's the tall way, straight up and down like I do. And starting down here at the bottom of the paper, you're going to draw a diagonal line up, and about halfway up, we're going to curve it to where it almost touches the edge of our paper, but not quite, and then loop it back like that. So you're going to have a shape like this right here. Right here, we're going to use our pencil, and we're going to draw a vertical line down like that. This is going to be the unicorn's neck. This is your unicorn's head. right here, we're gonna make the cheek of our unicorn. So I'm gonna turn my paper just a little bit, and I'm gonna put my pencil right here at the end of this line, and then I'm gonna curve it like this right here. And that kind of makes a little cheek for my unicorn. Now the next part, we're gonna draw our unicorn horn right here. And I want you to draw very, very light, because this first line is just gonna be a guideline. It's not gonna be a line that we're gonna keep. I want you to very lightly draw a tall triangle. I'll put it up to the camera in case you need to see it, but I drew a very light, tall, skinny triangle right there. All right, on this side of our triangle, we're gonna put bump lines. But look how big I'm drawing my bump lines, so don't draw them small. And then from these points right here on our bump line, we're going to draw a line going across, and we're going to stop it right here at this other line of the other side of our triangle. Right here, right here, right here. And then this line will come down, and then we're going to bump, 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 and bump. So there's the top of our unicorn, and then we connected these little lines right here with a bump line. So it makes our unicorn horn look like it's a swirl. Then you can take your eraser and you can erase those light line that we did for the triangle. They should be easy to erase because they're light. And these are the lines that we're going to keep right here for our unicorn horn. All right, now, so we've got the outline of our unicorn's head and our unicorn horn. So now we need 2 ears like this right here coming on either side of our unicorn's horn. And then there's the interior of our ear. Now we're going to give our unicorn a mane. That's this part of the unicorn right here, and it's going to be very swirly. So starting right here in the middle of our unicorn's head, we're going to do a line that comes down like this and then just kind of flips out like this right here. And we're going to erase a little bit right there where it overlaps. Then we're going to come over here and we're going to do another swirl. This one's going to come down and go out. This one will come around right here and come around and kind of curl down like that right there. And then we are going to erase right here where it overlaps our unicorn's head. So now we've got this swirl right here, and we'll come back in and add some lines in it in just a second. And you can make it even more swirly. So if you really wanted to make it swirl, you could take this line and really make it come out like that right there for an extra swirl. All right, I'm going to turn my paper this way because it's easier for me to draw my mane going right up the back of my unicorn. So we're going to draw kind of curved triangles a little bit. We're going to make them kind of curvy because we want those to also look kind of swirly also. So coming back up here, we're going to add some lines in. We're going to make them curvy so it looks like our unicorn's mane is swirly, and then we're going to add some lines in right here on that. So now we've got our unicorn, so all we have left is the face. Here is our unicorn's nose right there, and we're going to give him 2 nostrils, and then whatever kind of mouth you want to give your unicorn. I am going to put a shape right here. You can choose what shape you want to do. On the example, I did a heart. So you can choose whatever kind of shape you want to do. It can just be a circle if you want it to be. It can be a heart, it can be a star, it can be whatever you want. And then our eyes. Now you can have eyes ever how you want to have them on your unicorn. They can be open, they can be closed. It is completely and totally up to you. So you decide what kind of eyes you want to do. I'm going to make one small correction right here. I'm going to move my line right here. I did not like the way my neckline blended into this line right here, so I moved it over just a little bit. All right, now we are ready to get our Sharpie. So we have all of our details in pencil done first. So when you're done with that, get your Sharpie, and we are going to trace over all of our pencil lines with our Sharpie. So let's get that done, and then we'll continue to the next step. Okay, friends, so I have finished my Sharpie and I erased all my pencil lines that my Sharpie did not cover. You want to do that so you've got neat craftsmanship. You want your artwork to be neat. So now that you've got your Sharpie done and all your eraser lines, all your pencil lines erased that your Sharpie did not cover, you are ready to color. So now here's the example I colored, and I was very, very colorful with my unicorn. So you too can be as colorful as you want. You can use whatever colors you want to use. It is completely and totally up to you. You can use every color you have in your marker set or crayon set, or you could use red, white, and blue like our flag, whatever. Your choice. So let's get our crayons and markers. I used both to color my unicorn with, and let's get our unicorn colored. Okay, friends, I have finished coloring my unicorn. So after you get everything colored, your next step is to get your scissors, and we are going to cut out our unicorn. So you want to very carefully cut along your black line right here. Take your time cutting it out, and remember, your scissors, you hold them with your thumb in the small hole, your fingers in the larger hole. Your thumb is always on top, just like this, thumb on top, chop, 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 and your scissors always face away from you. You do not want to turn your hand with the scissors in them to come back towards you. You always want to keep your scissors facing away from you and turn your paper like I'm doing right here, so that your scissors always stay facing away from you. That way you will not accidentally cut yourself or poke yourself or hurt yourself. So let's get our scissors and let's get our unicorn cut out. Okay, friends, I have my unicorn cut out. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our piece of paper and our paper with the scribbles, and we are going to glue our unicorn down on our paper like this right here. So I'm going to turn my unicorn over. I'm going to get my glue stick, and I am going to put glue on the back of my unicorn just like this, and I'm going to be careful not to make a mess with the glue. And then I'm going to turn my unicorn back over, and I'm going to get it in position like I want it. I'm going to line up this edge of the paper right here, make sure everything fits, and then I'm going to press it down. When I have it just like I want it, I'm going to press it down. Then I'm going to check my edges. If I see any of my edges like this right here not sticking up, I'm going to put some more glue under here like this. Now, I'm going to let you have a choice. On this one, I glued these pieces down. Here, these aren't quite glued down, so if you want to leave them up like this right here, so it gives a little bit of texture to your unicorn, you can. Or you can just come back here, put some glue on them, and glue them down. I will leave it up to you, ever which way you want to do it. But I'm doing it, checking my edges right here, because you might have some edges that didn't get glued down, and you want to make sure everything is all nice and glued down. When you're finished with that glue stick, roll it back down. You do not want to leave your glue stick out like this and then put the cap on it. You'll make a mess. Roll it back down, then put your cap on it and put it away. So again, you can glue your mane down like I did on this example, or you can have it poking out like that so it looks like it has texture. Either way is fine. But now we have a beautiful, colorful unicorn with a nice scribble background that our unicorn drew based on the book, Never Let a Unicorn Scribble. I hope you had fun, and I look forward to seeing these awesome artworks from you guys. Peace, love, and sparkles from Miss P.